I just turned down a job at Pfizer, and here's why. Quick context: I'm a doctor by background, graduated in 23, completed my 2 years of foundation training. I'm now working for a medtech scale. I see a lot of content out here that talks about alternative careers, how to break in. And I do think to a certain extent it's a little bit glamorized, and I don't think the grass is always greener. So I thought I would share how I found this opportunity and why I turned it down. Anyways, I was just scrolling TikTok and I came across this post by Dr. Rads. Shout out to her. I think she posts some amazing content for opportunities outside of medicine. And she posted about this medical affairs graduate role at Pfizer. Although one of the requirements was completion of foundation training for the role. And so on paper, it looked pretty good. No salary listed, but come on, it's Pfizer, and we all hear how pharma pays pretty well. So I thought I had nothing to lose and let me just apply for it. After a pretty long application process, there was a high view video interview, which had about 5 questions, roughly 15 minutes, wasn't too bad, and then was invited to the assessment center. There were over 1,500 applicants, and there were 9 of us that made it to the assessment center. And we were broken down into 3 groups. 3 of us were doctors at the F3 level, and there were 3 pharmacists that completed their pre-reg training, and then 3 recent grads that had been working, but they had done previous placement years at Pfizer already. And it was pretty clear that they were going to pick one from each group. The assessment center was a whole day. There was a group task followed by a 2-hour business case with a 15 to 20-minute presentation, and then a Q&A with 2 of the medical directors. So I ended up getting the offer. Hybrid working, nice fancy office in Surrey, and potentially good progression to a very senior role in pharma. But ultimately, it was a 2-year fixed-term contract with no guarantee of a job afterwards. Pfizer also has frequent reshuffles, but the biggest deal breaker was actually the salary, which was 34.5K. In the process, they said it was competitive, and the requirement being foundation training, they said that they were benchmarking. So I thought it was being benchmarked to then F2 doctor because of that requirement that's being put in. Some people will say to look at the long game, but is the job market that cooked that $100 billion company cannot reflect your qualifications in the offer? What do you think though? If you were coming to the end of F2 and you knew that you didn't want to practice medicine, would you then take the offer?